Good morning and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's a busy Sunday morning here. As you can see, we've just had the online shop delivered. Now, what you can see there came to £40.08, which means I just covered the picking and packing or whatever delivery charge, although I have the pad, but you've got to have over £40. So we've just done that. Now that's going to do Kathleen and I for the week. So let me show you what we got. Now, first things, I know I got pies last week, but they were not the best. So we've got the bird's eye chicken pies. Now, they were rather expensive. They were £4.35. So that was quite a hefty expense, but it's not something that we will go through immediately. So that's not too bad. We then got the diced chicken breast. Now this is 650 grams and it cost £4.08. This was actually cheaper than buying the chicken breasts that I would have to chop up myself by quite a bit. No, by maybe about 20 pence or something per kilo. But time-wise, that is going to save me. So 650 grams, that's enough for us. We'll get at least a couple of meals out of that. What I'm intending doing with that is making some chicken skewers with the veggies that I've got. But yeah, £4.35. £4.08 for the chicken. We then come over to the veggies. So we'll just pop this over here. Now, we got baking potatoes last week, so this week we are doing the baby potatoes. We also had, now let me see, the baby potatoes were £1.20. We got just your standard brown onions, your cooking onions, and they were 99 pence. Carrots were 69 pence. They, of course, will be roasted as usual. So 69 pence for all that is pretty good, I think. We got the cooking peppers because I'm quite happy with cooking peppers. I don't need the much dearer ones. The peppers were £1.87. Now, that's for 700 grams. We also have mushrooms. That's for going in my stir-fried rice. And cucumber for going in the pasta salad. I pretty much have my meal plan sorted. I will show you once it's done. But that is the stuff. Now, your mushrooms were 88 pence and the cucumber was 89 pence. So not too bad with that. I also got a loaf of sliced bread. Now, we got the Warburtons because I'm sure you've heard me before. I got the cheap Asda one before and it's horrible. So we've gone for the Warburtons. So the bread was £1.60, which I know is extortionate. But this is going in the freezer. I have bread in the bread maker, so if a funny noise starts, that's possibly that. I've put that on this morning. And if I can get it that my bread starts coming out kind of half decent, then that's what we'll be doing. And obviously with that in thought, I also got the 3 kilos of the Allinson's strong bread flour. Now that was £3.32. Now the loaf that I've got in the bread maker just now takes 500 grams of flour. So that's 6 loaves from the bread maker in that bag of flour there, which is £3.32. So that's about 50 pence a loaf compared to the £1.60. And yes, I know they're not the same size, but I still think that's a good plan. I got myself another bit of jam for the toast. I got some pasta. Now, I just got the fusilli pasta. Now the jam was £1.48, basically because it's Hartley's pineapple. I love this. I love the pineapple jam. And it's only really Hartley's that does it, so we have that. The pasta was £1.29. That's for a kilo, so that will get me 2 weeks worth. Because what I will do is make a tuna pasta salad, as I call it, which is basically tuna with a load of veg and cucumber and tomatoes and peas and sweet corn and stuff and things, with a tin of tuna and some mayonnaise. That'll last me a good couple of days, because Kathleen and I both like it, so it's only going to last 2 days. But each one, I will get 2 out of this packet, so that's, 4 lunches sorted in each half. So that's, both of us got lunch for 2 days, which is great, from half of that packet. So next week we'll use the other half. I also got a jar of real mayonnaise. Now, I can make mayonnaise, and I got a new spinny choppy thing to make the mayonnaise with, because my old one died. But this mayo was £2.82, and it's going in the prep cupboard. I will be making mayonnaise today, because we cannot afford to be keeping buying mayonnaise, and we use it a lot. In the interest of making mayonnaise, I have the free-range organic eggs. Now, they are best before 29th of April, so we'll get them used up. They were £2.50, which is pretty much the same as what I would buy them from the farm shop, but I would need to go and drive out to the farm shop, so we've got them. We have the dog food bundle again. That was £6.64 for 12 cans. And that is, again, going in the prep cupboard, because we've got other stuff arriving this week. So that is just my stash. And of course, I have my toilet rolls, because they need to be getting backed up again. Toilet rolls were £5.48, and that is for 16 rolls of the Asda shades, which I think is fine. I'm quite happy with the Asda Shades toilet roll. So as I say, all this was £40.08, which was just above what was needed for the delivery. And that's going to do us for the week. As I say, I will put together the meal plan for you so you can see. Obviously, it's not just this that we're using for the week. We have things like, we have the rice in the cupboard, we have the tin of sweet corn in the cupboard, etc. But this is our fresh stuff and top-ups and a little bit of prepping. So there you go. Sunday morning. Time to go and put those frozen pies back in the freezer, the chicken in the fridge, and I will catch you later.